Greetings, fairies. Helen and I are here with some very special hand-picked crystals for you, quartz crystals. A lot of them needle crystals, which we have not shown you before. You may have some, but I don't know if you got these. I'm going to start with the dust. Magic always, and help us sparkle the world. Here we go. Okay, now we can start. Okay, ladies, so we're going to show you some close-ups here of these beautiful needle quartz clusters, and they are so delicate and so beautiful. This is the smallest one. Helen, I'm going to show you, turn it a bit, and you can see how beautiful it is.
That's really...
It's called the Posh Princess. This is the smallest one we're offering today. It's like a little diamond. There's just hundreds and hundreds of these. That's why they call them needle quartz, because they look like little needles.
There it is.
Yeah.
Can you? I think you can see how thin they are, and
like
why
needles.
they're called needles.
Yeah.
But I'm actually seeing aurora borealis through some of them. Some of them are so clear and so beautiful that you can see this kind of rainbow in them.
Yes.
Just amazing, absolutely amazing.
They really
very,
are.
very fine, and wow, very fine. Some of them. Needles. They look like needles. They look like little baby needles.
I was just made me think of that Santa sleigh. Can you imagine putting all these in your Santa sleigh, all your stones and your precious?
Yeah.
How beautiful that would be.
There are some bigger crystals in there too, but the majority of those little tiny, thin, gorgeous, watery needles.
Gorgeous.
Wow.
So that's the smallest one. That's the Posh Princess. That goes right back here. And then the next one is this one. Here we go. How gorgeous. This is Endless Serenity, girls.
That's pretty amazing.
Endless Serenity. There's a little star on there. You're going to get some glitter on there. Some Kirks Folly. Dust. Look at that. Does that look like the Crystal City?
Hundreds of these little tiny... Where I'm trying to get... There you go.
Look
at that.
Look at... Yeah. It's like a city. It's like a...
Look at that.
Frozen city of crystals.
That is gorgeous.
Now, girls, when you unwrap these are going to be wrapped within an inch of their life to protect them. But I'm telling you, you might find a loose one. Just put it back in. Just throw it back in there someplace. They're bound to, don't worry about it. If you're handling it and one little one comes off, happens to me all the time. I have them on my altar in my kitchen, and if I'm picking them up or using them for a shoot or whatever, a little spike comes off. I just put it right back in there. I just put it in there. It's bound to happen. They're delicate, they're beautiful, they're going to be wrapped within an inch of their life. But if you get it and there's one in the package, it's going to happen. Don't worry about it. Just put it back in again. It's happened to me 100 times. But you never notice. You'll never notice it's missing. I just stick them back in there.
So this is a medium size? You're not sizing them like that?
I am. I'm going from smallest to biggest.
Okay.
So this is, I would call this medium. I would call this just, and each one is a different shape. Of course, you know that. Beautiful. Each one is a different weight, a different size. This one is 1 3/4 by 3.5 high.
Jeez.
So it is, if you have an altar or someplace where you keep your stones, I mean, you could put this any place and just look at it makes you happy. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next one, which is this baby. Can you hold that? Now see, this is called Blissful Beauty. This is a whole different shape, a whole different thing going on.
So this,
Blissful Beauty.
Wow, this has a lot of the matrix and that it's grown out of. I mean, these are just so beautiful.
Isn't that
Look
amazing?
at this. Can you see that?
Yeah.
It's hard to...
And even on the bottoms, you'll see little crystals forming, little teeny tiny ones, little needles. Some of them have a lot, some of them have a few. But, I mean, that is, again, like a little castle. That's like a little crystal castle. It's called Blissful Beauty. It's 2 inches wide and 3 inches high. Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Wow.
Can you get this down here more, Helen? Yeah, because then they're seeing it better.
Some of them are a little thicker, but there are the tiny needles in there, a lot of them.
Tons, tons. Okay, I'm going to move on to This
Whoa,
one.
this looks like chaos to me.
Crystal
like frenzy.
chaos. This is tender
Oh my
moments,
God.
but look.
Tender moments.
Oh, look at the back.
Oh my God.
I mean, they're going every which way.
This one is
This is going every which
really-
way.
This is my favorite. Oh
Isn't
my
that crazy?
God, this is crazy.
Down here.
How did they ever get this out of the earth and have it intact like this?
Like that.
I mean,
with all those.
wow,
It's
this
like,
is just crazy.
isn't that amazing?
This is crazy.
It's
this
like
one.
it's like a snowflake in the making, isn't it? Look,
Man,
look
at that.
Isn't
Look at
it's
that.
wild?
This one is just frenzy. Crazy.
We from Colombia.
These are growing.
How do we get this from Colombia here?
These
from
crystals are growing every which way.
every
They're
which
going
way.
up, sideways, down. I mean, they're just all over the place.
Yes.
This one is really cool.
Don't worry again, girls. If a crystal comes off, don't worry.
The bottom. I'm going to show you the bottom of this.
I
Look
know.
at this. It's all coming out of that.
It's crazy. That's magical, right?
This one's my favorite.
Tender moments.
Tender moments. That's amazing. Oh, that's fabulous.
Okay, that's tender moments. They have to go back with the proper numbers because
exciting.
each one is completely different. Look at that baby.
Oh, look at that.
That's called Daydreamer. Look into that.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Daydream.
Can you see how thin some of those little needles are? So delicate.
That one is
and
3
tiny.
3/4 wide by 2.5 high.
Wow. Look
Very
at that.
beautiful.
I'm falling off my pillow. Wow, that's gorgeous. Gee, beautiful. Oof.
I know.
I mean, they do. They look like they're so clear. I mean, it's amazing. It's just like frozen water in the shape of these fabulous needles and crystals, and they're all
they're a
faceted.
bit sharp, girls, also. They're a bit sharp. Don't let your little ones play with these.
Oh God, no. Yeah, no.
And again, do not worry if a crystal falls off. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And if you get it with a crystal or two off, don't worry. Just stick it right back in there or do whatever you want with it. I don't, put it with something else, maybe.
Beautiful. That piece is gorgeous.
That's gorgeous. That's Daydreamer. And here, oh, look at that.
Wow.
Look at the back. Look at the back.
Oh, here's the front.
That one
Look
is
at
called
this.
Regal Radiance.
That's amazing.
Regal Radiance. That's a big one.
Look at that.
That's 3 inches wide by 2.5 high.
That is gorgeous.
Now look at the bottom. Look, show them the bottom. Can you believe that?
Can you see? They're
It's-
even growing out of the bottom.
I know,
mean,
it's all around. That's
how
what's
did
so
they get them out?
fascinating about these. I wish you could wear them, but they're too pointy to wear.
yeah.
They're definitely too pointy to wear. Just look at them and drool.
Oh,
Just should drool.
look at them coming out of everywhere.
I know.
Yeah, this is beautiful, this one.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous, as they say in the islands.
All the way around. Look at that.
And the bottom.
Yeah, the
Love
bottom
that.
is just as sparkly.
Love that.
Wow,
Okay,
that's
I'm going to
unreal.
go on to the next one. I'm going on to Endless Love. Another one that's... Keep it down
Look
there.
at these little baby crystals coming out at the bottom. Wow, that's a big one.
That's a big one. That's 4.5 by 2 3/4. 4.5 wide by 2 3/4
Look at
high.
that sparkle.
Endless Love.
Wow. Beautiful.
I'm dying to see what you're going to do with these girls. Whether you're going to put them in an altar, you're going to put them in something special, you're going to put them someplace special. What are you doing with them? I want to see.
This one's sticking straight
I
out.
know. I know. Again, I say, do not worry if some crystals come off, or if it arrives with a couple off. Don't worry. There's thousands of them on there, and you would never know if there's one that came off. Just stick it back in there,
Look at that.
or put it in your purse for good luck.
Gorgeous.
That's Endless Love, and now we're going on to. I gotta be careful and put it right there. Look at this baby. That is Dreamy Delight.
wow.
Look at
that.
See, I think this is fascinating because this is where they were starting to grow.
yeah.
So I might put some other little crystals along here if I was making my little scape, you know, my little seascape or whatever I'm doing. Maybe a shell, maybe I don't know. I don't know. There's so much you can do with these girls. Look how gorgeous that is.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
There's the bottom.
Yep.
They're all growing out of that.
Imagine what it looks like when you go into a whole cave where these things are growing.
I can't.
I can't either.
I can't.
So that's Dreamy Delight.
Wow, that's beautiful.
She's gorgeous. Be careful when you handle them. They are a little prickly because they're tiny. Endless Elegance.
Wow.
2.9. Endless Elegance.
Look at them.
That one is 4.5 wide by 2 3/4 high.
You know, it's so interesting. It looks like these crystals are faceted like by hand, like
I
somebody
know.
facets them.
How do they grow
come
like
out
that?
of the earth like
Like that.
That's just outrageous.
I know. It is.
So twinkly and sparkly. Look at those. Whew.
And they got some growing out of the bottom too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that
boy.
right there, growing right out of the
Yeah.
bottom. That's incredible.
That's a beauty, huh? Endless Elegance. Okay.
Gorgeous.
Yes, that is gorgeous. Now we have Leading Lady. Ooh.
Wow.
Leading Lady.
Beautiful.
Yeah, she is 2 inches wide and 5 inches high. I think it's the other way around, Gretch. I think she's 5 inches long
Yep.
and 2 inches high.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. These are works of art.
They really
They
are.
are. Look at that. Wow.
And you know,
Like rockets
you know,
being
these
launched.
are natural, so, and they're hard. So if you just want to, you know, if they get dusty or something, you just run them under the hose. I was going to say,
Oh, the hose.
the hose,
Just take them out in the yard.
or the kitchen sink,
wash
or
them down.
whatever. You know,
That one's gorgeous.
yeah, isn't that gorgeous?
Beautiful.
They're all so different. So they all have their own personality. Okay, that goes there, and then this one. Oh, look
Wow.
at that.
Is this the biggest one?
The biggest one in these, yes.
gee.
That's Divine Diva.
Wow.
She's amazing, isn't she?
Wow. Can you see the height of some of
I
those
know.
crystals? Look at that.
So this is 4 inches wide and 3.5 high.
Wow.
So this one's high.
Wow.
And it does have this little kind of mantle around here, which
Yep.
I just love. You can see them like growing out of
Yeah.
it. And I would decorate that with something. I'm not sure what.
It's so
I would
pretty though. It's
figure it out.
sparkly.
It's
I
very
mean, it's
sparkly.
crystally and sparkly.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Divine Diva,
She is divine.
isn't she? She a big one.
She's a big one.
She a big one. Okay. Here we go. I just don't want to get hurt. Okay. Now we have Magic Memories. This is a clear quartz cluster.
Oh, I love these.
And this is a small one, girls. But look how
Look
beautiful
how
this is and how
beautiful.
appropriate for the right size if you need a smaller one. You know? And I have a small clear quartz crystal sphere. I would just set that right in the center here, or a little angel if you have a little, or whatever. If you don't have to, but I mean, if you want to make your little scenes, you can put something
This
right
is
in the
almost
center
like a
there.
base, a perfect
It
base for
is.
something to hold
It
something
is.
right there.
It's just gorgeous.
And these are not the needles. These are the thicker crystals.
Right.
Wow.
That could be a necklace, you know.
Wow.
It could. I'm just dying to make something out of these that I can wear because I just love them.
Look at that.
I know, isn't that beautiful? That's the smallest of the that's Magic Memories. And the next one is Center Stage.
Look at the size of these.
Yeah, these are
wow. And there's little crystals growing out of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
I mean, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's really wild.
Yeah.
Look at this big one right here. And then there's another big one shooting out over
Yeah.
here. Wow. That's a beautiful one.
All Colombian.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to go there and dig our own.
Good luck. I'm not digging.
Wow, that is, I would love to do
Would
that. Yeah. Are you kidding? Actually.
I'd like to see it, but I don't think I
Look
want
at
to dig.
that.
I don't know.
Oh, it'd be
Maybe I
exciting.
would.
It'd be exciting.
That's center stage. And then the last one is Timeless Treasure. That's the biggest one of
Wow. Look at this.
those. And look at how that crystal's growing
It's
down.
going the other
Isn't
way.
that crazy?
Why
it's
is
just
that?
so fascinating to look at them.
It's Mother
So
Nature.
fascinating.
She just decided to have one growing the opposite way.
Honestly, I just don't know how. It's like somebody has some kind of a drill and it's like sharpening. And,
Doesn't
and
it?
it's
It looks
crazy.
like they're faceted.
Yes,
you
it
know,
does.
by humans.
I know.
And they're not.
They're not.
This is all natural. Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Isn't that beautiful?
See that one? Look,
That-
it's
look.
growing down.
Yeah. It's got a
Yeah.
mind of its own, that
You could
crystal.
kind of just look at these forever. Really, you could. You really could. There's just something special about
Yep,
each one.
Each one. Okay, girls, that's it for our beautiful quartz crystal show. We love you. We'll be back really soon.